The day before an important exam, countless students experience the same frightening moment. They stare at a page they studied for hours, yet the information feels like it belongs to someone else. Panic sets in, confidence disappears, and they blame their memory. But what if your memory is not the real problem? What if one simple habit, repeated every study session, has been quietly destroying your ability to remember almost everything you learn? Even students who spend 6, 8, or 10 hours studying often fall into this invisible trap without realizing it. They mistake familiarity for mastery, and that tiny misunderstanding slowly turns effort into frustration. The surprising truth is that your brain is designed to remember information, but only when you give it the right kind of challenge. If you discover this mistake today, you can stop wasting valuable hours and begin building memories that actually stay with you until exam day. Most students believe learning happens while reading notes repeatedly, highlighting every important sentence, or watching the same lecture again and again. Those activities feel productive because everything becomes easier to recognize each time. Your brain whispers, "I know this already," and that feeling creates a dangerous illusion of progress. Recognition is comforting, but exams rarely test recognition. They test recall. They ask you to produce information without the book, without the highlighted page, and without the teacher explaining it again. That difference changes everything. Imagine seeing the face of someone you met once. You instantly recognize them, yet you cannot remember their name. Your brain stores the information somewhere, but it cannot retrieve it when you need it most. Studying by only rereading works the same way. It convinces you that knowledge is available, while silently weakening your ability to pull it out under pressure. This hidden gap explains why so many hardworking students freeze during exams, despite feeling prepared the night before. The real danger is that rereading feels smooth, and the brain naturally prefers easy experiences. Difficulty often feels like failure, even when it is actually creating stronger learning. Scientists have repeatedly found that struggling to retrieve information strengthens far more than simply seeing it again. That struggle is not evidence that you are forgetting. It is evidence that your brain is building stronger pathways for future recall. Every time you force yourself to remember an idea before looking at the answer, you send your brain a powerful message that this information matters. Those tiny moments of effort become the foundation of lasting memory. Yet almost nobody enjoys that uncomfortable process because it exposes what they do not know. Ironically, the very feeling students avoid is often the feeling that leads to real improvement. In the next part, you will discover the surprisingly simple strategy that transforms this uncomfortable struggle into your greatest academic advantage forever. Once you understand that recognition is not the same as recall, your entire approach to studying can change. Instead of asking whether the page looks familiar, begin asking whether you can explain the idea without looking at a single word. That simple shift activates one of the most effective learning methods supported by cognitive science, active recall. Rather than feeding your brain the answer repeatedly, you challenge it to search for the answer on its own. Every successful retrieval strengthens the neural pathways connected to that memory, making it easier to access again in the future. Even unsuccessful attempts have value because they reveal exactly where your understanding is weak. Instead of fearing those weak spots, treat them like a map showing where your next few minutes of study will produce the greatest improvement. Imagine reading one section of your textbook, closing it completely, and writing down everything you can remember. You might only recall half of the key ideas at first, and that is perfectly normal. Check your notes, identify what you missed, and repeat the process until the important concepts come back naturally. This cycle may feel slower than simply rereading, but it creates a much deeper level of learning because your brain is practicing the same skill your exam will demand. You are no longer training yourself to recognize information. You are training yourself to retrieve it under pressure. Think about an athlete preparing for a championship. They do not become stronger by watching recordings of previous workouts. They improve by repeatedly performing challenging movements until those actions become reliable under stress. Your memory develops in exactly the same way. The effort required to pull information from your mind is the exercise that builds mental strength. Another powerful improvement comes from spacing your review sessions instead of cramming everything into one exhausting night. When you revisit information after a short delay, your brain must work harder to recover it. and that extra effort strengthens long-term retention. Although forgetting a small portion between sessions may feel discouraging, it actually creates the perfect opportunity to reinforce the memory. Every successful recovery tells your brain that the information deserves to remain available. Combine spaced review with active recall, and you create a system that works with your brain instead of against it. Suddenly, study sessions become more focused, more efficient, and far less dependent on endless hours of repetition. You begin noticing that concepts stay with you for days instead of disappearing overnight. Confidence grows because it is based on genuine understanding rather than false familiarity. Yet there is still one obstacle that quietly ruins this process for countless students, even after they discover active recall. It hides inside their daily routine, disguises itself as productivity, and convinces them they are making progress while stealing valuable learning time. Recognizing this final obstacle can be the difference between remembering information for a single evening and remembering it when the exam paper finally lands in front of you. The final obstacle is the constant temptation to confuse being busy with being effective. Many students measure a successful study session by the number of pages they read, the colors in their notes, or the hours they spend sitting at a desk. None of those things automatically create lasting memories. Your brain does not reward time alone. It rewards meaningful effort. A single hour filled with active recall, thoughtful review, and focused attention can produce far greater results than an entire afternoon of passive reading interrupted by notifications, distractions, and mindless scrolling. Every interruption forces your brain to switch contexts, and each switch comes with a hidden cost. Instead of strengthening one memory, your attention becomes fragmented across dozens of unrelated thoughts. The solution is surprisingly simple. Study in short, intentional blocks with one clear objective. Remove distractions before they demand your attention, and finish each session by testing yourself without looking at your notes. Ask questions, explain concepts aloud, or write everything you remember on a blank sheet of paper. These small habits transform information from something you merely recognize into knowledge you truly own. Over time, your confidence stops depending on hope and starts depending on evidence. You know you are prepared because you have repeatedly proven that you can retrieve the information without assistance. This mindset also changes the way you respond to mistakes. Instead of treating forgotten answers as proof that you are failing, you begin seeing them as opportunities to strengthen the exact memories that need more attention. Every corrected mistake becomes another layer of reinforcement, making future recall faster and more reliable. Eventually, exams stop feeling like unpredictable battles and begin feeling like opportunities to demonstrate what you have already practiced many times before. The biggest study mistake was never a lack of intelligence or motivation. It was believing that seeing information repeatedly was enough to remember it. The moment you replace passive review with active retrieval, spaced practice, and focused attention, you stop sabotaging your own performance and start working with the natural design of your brain. That transformation does not happen overnight, but every study session becomes an investment instead of a gamble. Imagine walking into your next exam with a calm mind, not because the questions are easy, but because your memory has been trained to respond under pressure. That confidence cannot be borrowed from lucky guesses or last-minute cramming. It is earned through consistent practice that challenges your brain in the right way. So before your next study session, ask yourself one simple question. Are you trying to recognize the answer? Or are you training yourself to remember it when it truly counts? The answer to that question could completely change your academic future. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.